Hello book finders, it is Thursday, December 2nd, and this week I read Sherlock Holmes, The Sign of Four. Now I know what you're thinking, book fighters. You're thinking, hey, The Sign of Four, isn't that what she read week before last? And yeah, it was. I didn't read my book this week. I'm just going to confess that to you. I didn't even start my book this week because I just couldn't do the thing this week with the reading and the thinking and all that nonsense. You know, Dan wasn't able to do his video the other week. This week I just cannot read the book. So you're just going to have to punish me, and that's fine. That's the way this goes. But I wasn't able to talk about The Sign of Four last week, so that's what we will talk about this week. As far as the Sherlock Holmes series go, I think The Sign of Four is infinitely more interesting than Study in Scarlet. Study in Scarlet is really your plain old mystery novel. You kind of get a feel for Holmes, but not really get a feel for Watson. I think The Sign of Four is where it actually gets good, and you actually start to understand why he's such a prevalent character, even now, 200 or whatever years after he was originally written. The book starts out with him shooting up cocaine. It's way more interesting than A Study in Scarlet ever was. And the mystery, whatever. I mean, it's interesting to see them solve the case, but mysteries have a very limited appeal for me personally. I think what's nice about the Sherlock Holmes books is that it's not all about the big reveal. It's not like Scooby-Doo where they pull the mask back and they're like, and that's the climax. It's more like they figure out who did it in the first portion of the book, and then they spend the rest of it trying to catch the guy. So it's a lot of kind of action adventure, that kind of thing. And I've been watching a lot of the Sherlock Holmes movies because I've been reading books. And I have to say, I'm a fangirl at this point, which I wasn't. I did not have really any interest in Sherlock Holmes for a very long time because the old, BBC version of Sherlock Holmes was so boring to me. Like, you had this super stuffy old English guy and his chubby, incompetent sidekick. I didn't understand what there was to like about Sherlock Holmes. And as much as people say that this newest movie of Sherlock Holmes doesn't fit the book and that they take so many liberties with it, I think that it is equally true to the novels as the old BBC version is. It's a very different take on Sherlock, definitely. A different focus on him, rather. But I think that it's still honest to the character. It's just bringing different things to light than the old TV and movie versions did. So that was interesting. And I really love Jude Law's Watson. I think that his Watson is an apology to every other Watson before. It's like, here, now you get to be elegant and refined and intelligent as opposed to the bumbling sidekick. And I think that's more honest to the books. Because the books are all written from Watson's perspective. So you get this sort of classic elegance out of his writing. So I don't understand why he's always been portrayed as this bumbling sidekick before. But I definitely prefer Jude Law's Watson to any other portrayal of Watson in movies and television. So yeah, I'll read this Sherlock Holmes book eventually, but not this week because I'm kind of not in the mood for this. So next week I'll be reading Strangers by Graham Robb. I'm kind of reading it because I have a bit of a debate going on with Andrew right now, and I think it will be interesting, so you will hear more about that next week. I'm really excited to read this one. As far as questions go, I don't think that we have many this week. I think I answered them all last week, with the exception of Julia's, but somehow we always forget Julia's questions. I don't know why, but we always do. But I feel like I kind of already answered hers last week. And hers was, is there any other book series that has impacted you like Harry Potter? And for me, you guys should know, it's Lord of the Rings. It's my Harry Potter, because I wasn't allowed to read Harry Potter when I lived at home, so I didn't read any of the books or watch any of the movies or any of that until I think they were making the 5th movie, and it was after the 6th book came out, so I was pretty late to the whole Harry Potter thing. And I love them. They are amazing books. The movies are okay. But the book series is incredible. It just doesn't mean anything personal to me, quite like Lord of the Rings does. And in my experience with Lord of the Rings has been your experience with Harry Potter. So I think I'm the only one of the book fighters that's like Harry Potter, second place to Lord of the Rings. My question for you this week should be pretty easy. I just want to know, how are you? How are you doing? What's going on in your life right now? I feel like we should check in a little bit. So just tell me how you're doing. Are you stressed out over finals if you're one of the people in school? Or anything else? How are you doing? What's going on? That's all I want to know this week. Oh, and for Lauren's suggestion, and Dan's also, you kind of melded on this one, for the book Santa, I'm definitely in favor of it. I think we should do it. I would love you to force me to read something. I already know what I would suggest for a couple of you. As for, like, for Julia, if I got you, rather, since you're watching this. Hi, Julia. I have no idea what I would suggest for you, because I don't understand you at all. I mean, I feel like at this point I should have a good grasp on your personality, or at least your likes and dislikes at this point. And I feel like I kind of do with the other three, but I don't get you at all, Julia. At all. But everyone else, I know what I would force you to read. So I'm excited about that. We should make it happen. We should probably make it happen this weekend before next week, maybe. What do you think? Let's do it. That's all I have for you now. So, Julia, I will see you tomorrow.